I think we're live. Hi, guys. So, welcome. Yes, it's showing me as live. Brilliant. This is the first time I've gone live directly on YouTube. So, obviously, a little bit checking to see if things work. And I'm actually 2 minutes late. So, my apologies there. But I am Liz Jones. I'm Mind Body House. I'm here to talk to you about why passion is really good for your mental well being. I am only going to be live for 15 minutes. So, these are 15-minute hits that actually boost your health, your well-being, and are easy to do. That's the big thing. We don't want to overcomplicate life because life is complicated enough. So if you are listening and joining in, there is a chat box. I am kind of looking around my screen because I'm not sure where everything is, but drop in your comments, say hello. If not, on the catch-up, I do check back. So let's get into it. So we're talking about passion. What is passion? So passion are things that we enjoy and that are good for us. So it could be something like you could like driving your car, you could like I do like to go traveling, or it could be something you're passionate to do. Maybe it's a hobby or job even. There are things that we're all passionate about. But the thing is, when we do something we're passionate about, not only is it easier, more fun, but it actually gives us great rewards too. Now, not only am I going to give you the reasons why it's good for you, but if you stay to the end, guys, I'm going to give you the one time where you might choose not to follow your passion. Yes, that's right, the one time not to follow your passion. There is a reason for that, but that will be coming up before I clock off. So, as we said, passion is good for our mental well-being. There's so much good things that it gives us. I feel like I'm sitting too close with the way the screen is. Probably if I sit back, that might be better. Um, so hopefully anyone can hear me. Okay, so tell you what, when you use something new, it's always fun. When you do something you're passionate about and you get the rewards. So what does it do for you? Well, first things the obvious one, it makes you feel good. Okay, so it's kind of quite obvious because when you're doing something that's fun and enjoyable, not only does the time fly by, but you actually have a bit of fun doing it. So you feel good. And it's actually something then you want to either share with someone or you want to tell someone about. So it becomes maybe a social thing as well. Now, if you're particularly good at something, then you may choose to share that something with someone else. So not only do you get to do something you're passionate about, but you get to share that passion with others. And when we get to do that, it's just so much fun and uplifting. I think that's the only way to put it, okay? But not only does it make us feel better, it actually builds our self-esteem. So we get more confident as well. So when you're doing something that you enjoy, kind of, even if you make a mistake and you're learning with it, you kind of don't care as much. Yeah. So you're happy to have that stumbling block and something go wrong, or anything can happen. And that's kind of how this all works, because you then find something you enjoy, something goes wrong, you're like, oh, well, I'm still going to do it. Okay. So you kind of push through. And that's number 3. You can overcome challenges. Yeah. So if we're doing something that you really don't want to do, say you get told to take the garbage out. Okay. It's an everyday task. All of us have put the garbage out at some point. Your bag splits on the road and you're like going, oh, God, I got told to put the garbage out, or it's a task I have to do. And you're mentally then going, oh, great. And it's become this huge chore then to clean up the mess. Okay, but say that was something that you really wanted to do. Say, for example, your friend is the dustbin man and you really want to go and have a really good chat. And you're like, yeah, I get to go out and take my bin out the bin. I know it's a weird analogy and example, guys, but hopefully it gives you the thought. So if you're going to do something fun, then all of a sudden your bag switch, you're like, okay, let's just get this done. And you suddenly turn, your mindset flips. This is why I talk a lot about mindset when it comes to well-being, because your mindset actually flips. So you, rather than worry about what's happened and the rubbish and the challenge and things like that, you then jump in and overcome it. Okay. So like I said, we're talking about passion. I'm only going to be on live for another 10 minutes, guys. So if you are listening, obviously you're welcome to drop in your comments, ask your questions. But what we've said so far is the reason, what benefits you get from being passionate is it helps make you feel better, which you can share with others, which is great. You can share knowledge and skills. It can actually help develop your confidence and self-esteem. And then, of course, it helps you overcome challenges, because when we face something, a challenge, when working towards something we're passionate about, it's actually a lot easier to overcome it. Okay. Now, not only on all of that, we've got more from this, guys. We get more. Okay. So you then develop this resilience. Okay. So actually, when we do things we're passionate about and we actually enjoy them, we actually become resilient. We can handle a lot more because it is that sort of thing that when we overcome a challenge, we can push through. It doesn't mean to say that wrong things aren't going to happen, bad things aren't going to happen. It just means that when we handle them, we just can handle them. It becomes so much easier. And if we take that into the well-being example, so if, say, for example, you're trying to eat really well, you go out to a meal and you're just like, look at the menu. I've done this so much times. I'm vegetarian, guys, so I have done this so many times. Looked at the menu and gone, oh, I don't really want a whole bowl of pasta. I don't want to just eat a whole bowl of refined carbs. I'm just not feeling it. That's just not going what I want. So I literally then have to then go, okay, now what else can I do? So this is adaptability, and resilience and adaptability go hand in hand. So then you flick through and just go, what can I do? What can I do? So 9 out of 10, I order sides and starters as my little main plate. And people are just like, you've got 3 bowls. I'm like, yeah, really happy. Got my side salad. I've got all this. So I've got the foods that I want to eat. Okay. And of course, resilience is not just about food. It's about everything we do. So if somebody gives you an insult, how do you handle that? You come up against a challenge from work. Maybe you're struggling to find a new job. It doesn't matter what it is, but having this passion in our life and having that level of resilience means that we kind of can overcome it and shift our mindset rather than get sucked back. Okay. Now, not only that, I did kind of hint at it before, but I said about sharing and helping others. So if you do something you're passionate about and you're teaching it to others, you can then actually help others as well. So you can actually achieve good things. Okay. So this is where we look into our sort of achievements. Okay. So whether your goal is to actually teach someone else, it could be that simple. It could be for you to knit a scarf. Could be for you to learn to change the tire on your car. It could be for you to lose 1 pound of weight this week. It doesn't matter what that sort of goal is, but if you're doing it in a way that's fun and exciting and, following from your heart center and it's enjoyable, that even though you've had a bad day along the way, a bad night's sleep, someone's told you can't do it, you just kind of just go, I can do all this, and you achieve good things. So that's when you achieve results, okay? And that leads us to not only did we feel good from doing something we're passionate about, but that leads us to a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment. And of course, when it comes down to building success and things we want to do, so when we feel that we're achieving something, we go, yeah, there's so much point for me to do this. There's so many reasons why I need to keep moving forwards. When if we start feeling unfulfilled, unsuccessful, and things like that, then it starts to sort of backfire and flip its switch on itself. Yeah. So we kind of have all of these benefits just from following our passion. Okay. Now, there's 2 more key points here. 2 more, and then the final point where we're going to talk about the one time that you might not want to follow your passion. Okay. So we've talked a couple of things about happiness. And of course, I teach people about being healthy and happy and why. When you're doing all this stuff, your body releases a hormone called dopamine, okay? So dopamine gets released within the body when we do something. It's our pleasure hormone, okay? So it's that feel good. So when you do something you're passionate about or that really enjoy, your body releases loads of this, okay? So that's why when we get intimate with someone, that can happen. When we do something fun, that's why as kids, when they roll down a hill, they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. All these things help us release this hormone. So a sense of pleasure. And what does that give us? We're back to our motivation. So then we're much more encouraged to kind of do it again. Okay. So I had one time with my goddaughter and I was swinging her around and absolutely playing. And of course, her body's releasing dopamine. She's like giggling and screaming. And she's like, this is so much fun. And in fact, I think she's about 2.5 at the time. It's her christening, I think, was 18 months. So she's only a little tot. And the thing was then, I'm also winging her around and she's like this. She's like, again. Eventually, because we did it so much, she actually then got quite upset because she was getting hurt. It was actually ended up hurting her. But she was so high on these hormones. I mean, when I say hurt, I'm not being seriously hurt. It's just a case of her arm started aching, where she'd been picked up and that. And she was absolutely fine, just that initial, I'm hurt. And because she was so young, she didn't really need to say, no, last time. As we get older, we can reflect on things and go, actually, my body's not going to take another time, or actually, we can stop. But when we're young, or when we're in that heightened state of hormone release, it can be very hard for us to differentiate between what is going to be awesome and give us more of this, and when we're going to push the limit. Yeah. And these things happen. That's how accidents happen. Because, guys, how many times did you hear about an accident happening because someone has been doing something fun? Hi, Paul. Yes, again. Yes, but kind of like a Teletubby thing. Yeah, again. Because it's that enjoyment, it's that pleasure hormone. It's the good things that we want to be hearing. All right. So that leads us on to why we do this. Okay. So when we're consistently doing something we find enjoyable, so for me, it's talking about health and well-being. And I'm going to be talking for another 4 minutes, guys, just 4 minutes. Okay. So when we do something consistently, so power of consistency is one of my big topics. It builds positive habits. Okay. So we build habits based upon what we do consistently, right? So if we're going to do something day in, day out, and we stay at it, we slowly become second nature. We want the autonomous behavior. Okay. Now, we like that. We naturally like, as human beings, structure and routine. So when we start building something positively as routine, we build a positive habit, we build this feel good. So what happens when we hit a low? So we've all hit a low point in our life. We lost a job, we maybe got in trouble at work, bereavement in the family, maybe just you've seen something out and when you're out and about and it kind of shook you a little bit. Okay. These things can upset you, okay, make you feel low. Maybe you decide to go out on Saturday night, you ring everybody and nobody wants to answer, and then you're feeling a bit like, no one wants to hang out with me, right? Those low feelings, when you have that anchor point of something you're passionate about, this healthy habit, you fall back onto that. So you go, oh, I'm feeling crap, okay, I'll go and do something. So whether it's going to the gym, or, for example, if you've started a craft hobby, which you're passionate about, maybe you started learning about cars so that you could change your tire or even your spark plugs. Whatever it is, you could then just go, okay, well, I'm going to go watch a video on this, then I'm going to learn a bit, okay? And that's when you start to build the anchor, okay? Because then when you're feeling low, you just go, I'm going to go do something that I enjoy. I know what I enjoy. I enjoy doing this, so I'm going to go back over here. What does that then do? It gives you the dopamine, it gives you the happiness, it gives you the boost. So your mood starts to lift. So when we start doing this, and guess what all of this does? Our mental well-being just gets uplifted. When we start feeling low and down and depressed, it's our mind that goes off. The little chimp brain that chatters, that tells us we're not good enough. Okay? Now, guys, I've got 2 minutes, okay? So the one time, I know if you've stayed on, the one time not to follow your passion is actually kind of important, but needs to have a set structure to it, okay? The only time you might not want to follow your passion, and this is quite true with a lot of people I've listened to who have achieved this, are people if you want to make some serious money, okay? Now, people, there's a common thing, you need to do what you're passionate about, you're going to make more money, okay? True, right? But I tell you what, in the beginning, you will have to shove that aside slightly. Because if you only focus on doing what you are passionate about, then you will not do the stuff that you have to do. Yeah? So let me explain that. You might, for example, be fresh out of university. The first job you get might not be your ideal, but that job is going to give you the experience and the level up. You might have to take an internship. Again, not great, not for money. But think about the foundation. So this is where we start to have a plan and play a long game. So say, for example, you've got a 5-year plan. So in 5 years' time, you want to be fully doing your passion. Yet everything you do before, there might be times that you're not. There may be times that you're really going to do something that you go, I don't think I like this. But one, you either need to do it to obviously build yourself, or that you actually need to do it to get where you need to go. So it's kind of like the stepping stone, okay? Now, I'm not saying bin your passion and don't follow it, and you have to not follow it to build money, because there are people that do and still achieve it. However, generally when you first start out in any career and path, you have to be mindful that your passion might not be your first step. It might be the one you get to in 5 years, 3 years, maybe even 10 years time. So play the long game to bring that passion into life. So guys, that's 15 minutes up, as I promised. Thank you for listening. And of course, I will see you on Tuesday, same time, same place, same time frame. Have a great day.